Artichoke, or Cinera scolimus. To the herbalists, it is a bitter tonic and mild diuretic that protects the liver and stimulates digestion, amongst other things. When there is heat and stagnation in the liver, artichoke leaf. Cholestasis, or poor bile flow, can cause itchy skin, not necessarily a rash, but the occasional itchy palms or soles of the feet. When this is an issue, artichoke leaf can be used as it is a cholagogue and cholerectic, meaning it encourages bile production and flow. Since artichoke leaf helps clear hormones through the liver, those with PMDD or premenstrual dysphoric disorder may find some relief with it. PMDD is thought to have many causes, including the excessive accumulation of estrogen. Women with PMDD are believed to be especially sensitive to the fluctuation of hormones. Liver stagnation is also common in sufferers. These are all explanations for PMDD, but not necessarily the root cause. Nevertheless, artichoke leaf is a friend for those who suffer from PMDD, liver stagnation, and as a pre-meal digestive stimulant. In the culinary world, artichoke hearts are common. Artichoke dip, anyone? Artichokes are also a topping for pizza. But this isn't about Pizzagate. It's about Operation Artichoke, naturally. Artichoke was a 1950s CIA operation. In 1983, the 7-page document for Project Artichoke were declassified. The Daily Mail UK recently published an article detailing its contents and shared a link to download the document. Though the project was called Artichoke, there is no real rhyme or reason for naming it as such besides secrecy. A neutral name like Artichoke aids in such a project's secrecy because you wouldn't suspect a thing. According to the Daily Mail UK article, quote, Project Artichoke emerged during the early Cold War, a period marked by intense anxiety over communist powers and reports of brainwashing techniques used on American prisoners of war in Korea. Internal CIA memos suggested that U.S. intelligence feared enemy nations had developed ways to control human thought and behavior, prompting the agency to explore its own capabilities. End quote. The article also notes that much of the files on the project were destroyed in the 70s prior to their 1983 release. In the document, it is revealed that they were looking into different means of controlling human thought and behavior through chemicals, gases, sounds, plant cultures, food, light, electronics, and more. The chemicals mentioned are barbiturates, such as amytal and pentothal. Amytal is a central nervous system depressant. It's a sedative. Pentothal is discontinued, but like amytal, was used to induce unconsciousness before anesthesia. And this gives you an idea for why these types of pharmaceuticals were considered. They also considered others that could be concealed in food, water, and those beloved jabby jabs. The director of the study also pointed out that, quote, the removal of certain basic food elements such as sugar, starch, calcium, vitamins, proteins, etc., from the food of an individual over a certain period of time will produce psychological and physical reactions in an individual. End quote. Psychological problems were another technique. Techniques, they stated, are used by psychiatrists and psychologists. Techniques such as the deliberate creation of an anxiety condition. The power of the mind is real, and these days people find comfort in identifying with their psychiatric diagnosis. Conditions that are symptoms of a deeper issue, but instead of getting to the root cause, many let their freak flags fly. Could this modern phenomenon be the result of psychological warfare? In addition, this section in the document points out the potential effect of dryness, dampness, heat, and cold on one's psychological state. These are bodily states that herbalists use different herbs for. When the body experiences too much heat, cold, dryness, or dampness, problems do show up. And the body, being a connected system, would have these states affect one's psychological state indeed. The techniques used in Project Artichoke were intended to be used against enemies during the Cold War, but test subjects would have been necessary prior to use on said enemies. And the test subjects that they used were prisoners, psychiatric patients, and military personnel. Similar to the Tuskegee experiment, consent was not true informed consent.